Alright, so let's get some music going. Oh, no, there, there we go. I have done something that I think is very funny. So here I have the ROM in hex for the original Super Mario Bros. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to store this on the Library of Babel website. Now if you go online, people talk about this stuff and they say, oh, wow, look, can I store things on Library of Babel? And the naive answer is no, which theoretically is true, because according to information theory and just the physical restraints of the Library of Babel, there's no way that you can store multiple IDs for pages of the Library of Babel onto a page for the Library of Babel. Because essentially, if you're familiar with the Library of Babel, there it is. If we go in here, we'll browse, it's divided into all these hexes, right? Which can be made of up to 3260 numbers and or lowercase letters. Now, a page, hold on, I feel like this might be just a little bit distracting. Okay. A page consists of 3200 letters, oh, look at that, letters, or space, comma, period, which is less digits than numbers plus letters, and a less amount of them, because of that's 3260 as opposed to 3200. Therefore, the overwhelming majority of hex names cannot even fit on a page. Not to mention, you'd have to figure out a way to notate the numbers in the letters, because numbers are not allowed on the pages of the books. So, and according to information theory, this is a total catalog containing every combination of those letters, and therefore there is no more efficient way to store them than the way it already is. But I'm here to tell you that you in fact can, not in the theoretical Library of Babel, but on this website. If you go to a random page, there you go. Now, your first temptation might be, well, if I want to store this page, to grab all this, all that, look how much there is. Yeah, all that. And that's just too much. You can't store that much. But there's a feature that we can exploit. Bookmarks, baby. Look at that. I can choose to only use the letters that are included in the Library of Babel, which includes all of them, by the way, A to Z, space, comma, period. And we can only use a maximum of 80. Now, I'm only going to use 15 because 29 to the 15 is that some 8.6 sextillion. Like, we'll never run out. But okay. Now, how do we do this? Well, as someone with absolutely zero coding experience outside coding in Scratch and some limp version of Python in my AP Computer Science Principles class when I was in high school. Was that when I was a senior? I think that was when I was a senior, so just last year. It was, you know, a bit of a challenge. However, I figured something out. So first we'll do, we'll take this ROM, we'll export as hex dump because we need to have it in hex. Now you can open any file in hex, so not a problem. So yeah, export as hex dump. Now that's not right. we need to go to the last bit, or the last byte, which is actually A010, I think. I'll check it after I do this. File, and just the normal, and just hex digits on the line. Okay. Stored on my desktop. Let me check that that was right. Let's see, A010. Yep, that was right. Okay. So, we're gonna close the file, because you don't even need it from here anymore. We now have what we need, which is this hex dump. Here's the ROM. Control A. Then we're going to copy it. And I said I only use Scratch, right? And the other thing, but whatever. Well, I made a Scratch for is it scuffed? Well, no, Scratch is scuffed. Scratch is scuffed. But let's see. We'll encode. We'll input the hex. Let it run for a few seconds. Bam. Alright, we're going to choose to split the output. Actually, no. We're going to choose not to split the output, just to be safe. Alright, this is a very important number. I need to remember this. Latch pay characters, 1096. In fact, I'm just going to write it right here. Okay. Now, export. Don't worry, I did a little bit of testing. But here we go. Now this is our output. Oh, I thought I said not to split the text. Well, I accidentally did split the text. That should be fine. Normally it wouldn't have these giant split here things, but you might notice that each one of these is 3,200 characters. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this, and we're going to put each one of these into a page in the Library of Babel. Now I'm going to have to do this part by hand, so please excuse me. I'll show it once, and then I'll skip to the end. So, search, put in our, wait, was that I don't remember. I have a terrible memory. Okay. Right. Start here. Well, don't forget to grab that space character. That's very important. Alright. 3,200 characters. Copy and paste. Search here. And we'll just hold this here for now. In fact, we'll add to new group. We'll call it Mario. Yeah, well, Super Mario. Oh yeah. And then we simply duplicate. Do it again for the next little bit. Copy, paste, search here, and just put this here into group. That puts them in order. Good. Okay. And I tested exactly how Google's groups work. But okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop recording and do all this off camera, and then, you know, we will come back. Alright, and we are back for the final page. And I've improved my process a little bit, so it should be faster than the other times. Ooh, that's not right. Now this last page is the only one that doesn't have 3,200 characters. I mean, hey, a familiar number. Whoa. end. Yep. All right. And I also learned that trick. And there we go. So I've got my 22 pages. And now I need to make bookmarks for all of them. Well, you can obviously decide your own bookmarks. You could be like, I'm gonna name this one Mario 1 and Mario 2, blah blah blah, Mario 22, right? But unfortunately, I think that's a bad idea. Because unfortunately, as humans, we're incredibly uncreative and we don't have random number generators in our heads. But you know what does? Computers. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll press 4 to generate an index page. Input best page character, that's that, not that. That's that 1096 from earlier. And the amount of pages, 22. Bam. All right. We're gonna take this, copy, search, paste. All right. Well, just to happen, a lot of these have a lot of spaces in them, so it makes it a little not looking as good. However, you can see that they are divided like this. And I only had one line at the top, but it was supposed to be sort of kind of some instructions. But I also didn't want to fill the whole page with instructions. So it's acting more as a reminder if you've already heard the instructions, because there's no way someone could read this and just interpret it. But anyways, it's saying 15 is one bookmark, meaning that 15 characters is one bookmark. And I just realized it's going to be really annoying to copy paste this, because this website is having issues. Maybe the download button will help me, but anyways. So last only has AOIF, which is A is 1, the first letter of the alphabet, O is 0, I is the ninth letter of the alphabet, and F is 6, 1096, that's our 1096 from earlier. That's so we know how to not overdraw on this, so we don't take all this. Anyways, now, and yeah, that's what I meant. A0, O0, A1, B is 2, etc. That's what I can fit my 80 characters up there. So yeah, these are our 22 bookmarks. And I'm gonna go ahead and this will be like our master page. So I'm gonna bookmark this. Now theoretically, I would just give this a random bookmark. If I really want it to be faithful. However, I'm just gonna call it Mario ROM. And yeah. And now I can go here, change this to bookmark.cgi. And Mario ROM. Oh wait, nope, that was not right. Sorry, bookmark.cgi question mark Mario underscore ROM. awe at the amazing power of the Library of Babel service. It can be particularly slow getting a bookmark for the first time after you put it in. But there it is. Alright. Same page, but now it's Mario ROM. Oh. Anyways. Yeah, spaces get turned into underscores because you can't write URLs like that. Yeah. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, the L is the first letter there. So now what I can do is I can take this, I'll just type the L by hand because the website won't let me select the L. And take this, and be careful to do this in order. And put it on the first one, bookmarkable. L. There we go. That's my 15 character code. Press OK, go here. There's a proof of concept. Oh, this, bam. I did it again. No. Bookmark.cgi. Now, obviously this could be very easily automated if, you know, if I knew a programming language I could actually like interface with my browser, or my computer in general, really, which is not Scratch. However, if I knew Python or Java or C++ or whatever. Now let's get this. We're not trying to get sad here, we're trying to get excited. Alright, here we go. So now I have this bookmarked to match this. Very exciting. Now I'm going to do this for all 22 pages, and once again I'm going to go so you don't have to sit here and watch me or just watch a screen as a guy talks at it for any longer than you have to. Alright, and we are back for the final code, which, bam, bookmark. Also be careful if you copy paste something and the last character is a space. Apparently that to Windows just means that they should just truncate that last space, which is great for everyday normal applications, but for me, spaces count as characters, so that's not gonna work. So just be careful that that doesn't happen to you. If you, for some godforsaken reason, decide to do this too. But there it is. And we will wait for it to, actually while we're waiting, I'll show you this one. I just thought this one was cool. Like, look, you can literally see like the data structure. I'm guessing these are like textures or something. I don't know. But I just thought that was cool. And in case you're wondering, the spaces roughly correspond to zeros. I mean, they correspond to zeros in base 29 in the way I converted it from hex, which is base 16. In my chunks of 6 hex that converted to 5. Like 6 hex digits that converted to 5 base 29 digits. But if there's zeros in the base 29, I made it space. I went out of my way because I thought it would look cool, and it does look cool. So I'm very happy with this. I mean, some of the other ones you can see some structure, just barely, but this one's really apparent, so I thought that was cool. Anyways, while I was ranting, this loaded. So yeah. And yeah, you have to only take the first 1096 digits from this. I severely need some automation here. And yeah, as far as these goes, if I were to not automate it, I would not include spaces, because they can look a little confusing. And I'll probably also take this space at the end of each one of these codes and I'll put at the beginning, so that whenever you try to select one, that doesn't happen. But anyways, so now we have our 22 pages. And yeah, so we could download this page, or we could literally we could create a text document. We could rename it Mario Realm. Where'd it go? There it is. And we could literally just put the words Mario Realm in there. And we have quote unquote stored our ROM, our file. It doesn't have to be a ROM, but I'm gonna do a ROM because why not? Because I know they're small, essentially. And yeah, so we have gone from this isn't the original, but from 48 kilobytes to 9 bytes, which means we've essentially just offloaded the entire file from our computer, and all we have is like a passkey. Not even a passkey, just an indicator of where it is, because anyone could go grab this. Yes, it's a passkey if only you know it, but so now what we can do is, now we have these, we could go in, I've never clicked this before, we could download them. Is it working? Oh, it is doing something. We can download each one and wait very, very patiently, wait for the Library of Babel website to do its thing. Now, okay, there we go. Which interestingly, it didn't save this. Huh. Yeah, okay, it downloads the whole book. Interesting. Didn't know that. Anyways, you could, you'd have to go find page 106, or so I have to figure out a way to select. See, these are enter characters, which is really annoying. Anyways, this would, yeah, I need automation badly, but you could do this by hand. It would just take a really long time to copy all this, get it in, clean it up, and then put them all back to back to back. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to simulate that, because I'm just going to assume I didn't mess up and copy paste something wrong. So obviously you could just get this right back. I feel like my proof of concept is just fine. I need to get that hex dump and do what I meant to do the first time. Encode hex. This only takes a few seconds. And not split the output. So that is the Babel, as I'm calling it. There's the ROM, which has actually been cut down to 68,296 characters from 81,954. In case you're wondering, I did work on optimizing this down. I even did something to remove 5 characters earlier, so that was fun. It used to be at 68,301, but I made it slightly more efficient. But anyways, in case you're wondering how obsessive I'm willing to be. So anyways, you would copy paste all these, put them back to back, clean them up so that you can just get this one solid block, including all the spaces and everything. Then you could take that Babel, and I'm gonna take the Babel. I'm gonna say, you know, bam. Oh, whoops! Sorry. Press 2 to decode. And put in the Babel. This takes longer for some reason. I don't know why. I realize it's not a symmetrical process, but I don't know why this one takes so much longer. Sure, I could figure it out if I actually looked into it, but not doing that. Anyways, there's an output. Export. But this is my first time trying out everything all the way through all together. This one also takes a really long time to export, which I don't get because it's like more characters, but it's not like that many more characters. It's like 25% more characters, and it takes like 5 times as long at least to export. So there we go. It's 80. 80 kilobytes? How is it 80 kilobytes? The original is 40. I don't know. Oh, probably because... Oh, right, because this isn't hex. Sorry. Ugh. This is not hex. This still needs to be converted back. But now we have... This is not the hex dump, but it should be identical in every way. This hex dump. Yep, so everything's right. 3 things that could break. Everything can break. That didn't happen. First character can break. That didn't happen because I'm using the first character to store a tiny bit of information that I need to decode. And then the last few characters can break, and they're doing fine too. So theoretically, everything should be okay. So we're gonna save this on the desktop as I don't know. We'll save this as big test.txt. Anyways, back to this. Import from hex dump. No. And desktop. Oh, we're already here. I thought my computer was lagging. Big test. It does not have the same format, which is counterintuitive, but trust me. So there it is. So there's the ROM, and this something happened last time, and obviously there's just one extra character at the end. That was not there originally. But so I think that's the end character, but then it gets repeated. Anyways, we'll just delete it, obviously, with some automation that would obviously be trivial to fix. But yes, there it is. There's our ROM. maybe what I need to do is whenever I export my hex dump, I need only export to this character instead of to the A0F and to the A010, for example. But whatever. I don't know what I'm doing clearly. But yes, we can take this, save as, we'll save it as Super Babel Bros. .nes. Oh, we got a banger. Anyways, Super Babel Bros.nes, and we'll just save it to the desktop. And yes, I have to change the file extension because I am going to run on BizHawk, which I should have opened before this recording started, but I didn't. So open desktop, S super. Did I not save it? Oh, that's loud. There it is. Alright, moment of truth. Pause the music for it, that's how important it is. And yeah, it works. I have successfully taken a file or at least proven that you can take a file into Babel just from a hex into Babel, and then you can take it back out and you can play Super Mario Bros. Not even like some weird cheap, oh, I'm bad. Not even some weird cheap pirated version. Like legit Mario Bros. And to prove that, I will beat the first level without the warp. Please, Cosmic Nipsky, I swear I'm as good as the game as you are. Boom. That's enough proof for me that this works. So, there we go. That is how you exploit a tiny little feature on a silly little website for absolutely zero practical purpose, other than it's kind of fun. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you want me to release a video on like explaining it, I can, like explaining the code or stuff. I can, although, I mean, you know, whatever. But yeah, if you want that, I can do that. And then also, if this interests you enough that you, a person with coding experience, want to like automate it, that would be very cool. And please reach out to me because I don't know what I'm doing at all. But yeah, thank you very much and have a great